Saturday, September 19, 2015. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1983 Mercedes 240 diesel. Just to catch you up on the past week, I've been working in the trunk and the rear area of the car. Anyhow, like I said, I consider a third brake light to be an important safety feature, so I'm adding one to this car. And the one final thing I'm actually going to do is replace that third brake light bulb and the standard brake light bulbs with LED bulbs. Now, I ordered some last weekend. They finally arrived this morning, so I'm going to put those in so I can finally button everything up. What else have I done? I've actually also installed all the trunk trim. When I bought this car, when I dragged it out of the barn 3 years ago, all the trunk interior trim was missing. The side panels, the carpet-covered rear panel, the trunk carpet, all of it was gone. I don't know where it went, but the previous owner removed and discarded it at some point. So, give me a second, I will go back there and show you that. Okay, so here's the trunk trim. You can see the carpeted divider panel back there, and the left and right plastic trim panels, as well as the floor trim here. Now, this is on top. This is a rubber mat that I seem to remember. I think this came from my '79 parts car. It got a little, I'm not sure why. I just cleaned this up with degreaser last week, and it seemed to get a bit of staining, discoloring, so I'm actually gonna give that a little bit of treatment before I do anything else with it. And underneath that is a piece of trunk carpet. Now, this was heavily stained when I got it, and I was able to clean it up pretty well. There's one spot down here which feels almost like tar mashed into it, and I can't seem to get that out, but other than that, it came pretty clean. So, I'm going to get to work now, and I'll update you, if not throughout the day, then at the end of the day. Okay, well, I'm at my stopping point for the day, and I have finally finished up the rear lights on this car. As you can see, the brake lights are working, including the third brake light. The brake light bulbs themselves are nice and bright. Very happy about that. These are the new LED bulbs, red LEDs. And you can see I also have installed the license plate lights. Got a lot of little stuff done today. If you just give me a second here, I'll show you inside the car. Okay, now I did have to move stuff around, so I have junk on the back seat, but the important thing is the back seat is once again installed in the car. So that's all good to go, and I also reinstalled the driver's seat, which I took out, I want to say last week, to get to the brake light switch. What else did I do today? Let me show you the front of the car here. Okay, you can see I have the instrument cluster out again, and there's a little bit of a story behind that. As I may have mentioned earlier, in addition to the LED brake light bulbs, I actually also got some LED bulbs for the instrument cluster, which is sitting right there. So, I had to take this out to install those bulbs. I did that, I tested them. They're not quite as bright as I would have liked, but I think they're a little brighter than what I had in there before. And they're LEDs, so they're going to burn cool. But, like I said, I did find another issue. This actually goes back to last week. Last week I started the car on the jack stands and ran it through the gears and hit the brakes. And the speedometer did not move at all, which I thought was strange, because the speedometer reads speed off the transmission. The speedometer cable hooks into the transmission, and I know I hooked that up when I put the transmission back in. So that should have been working. Anyhow, once I had the instrument cluster out, I was able to take a look at the cable here, and you can see that the whatever cable insert that's supposed to go from the cable housing to the instrument cluster, that's missing. So I don't know what's going on there. If you give me 1 second, let me show you something else. Okay, so this here is my rubber trunk mat. I believe I got this out of the 79 parts car, and it was dirty, so I cleaned it up a few days ago. When I cleaned it up, I used a bunch of degreaser, and it came out just kind of looking washed out, bleached out, almost stained. And not to mention the fact that just because it's 36 years old, it's a little bit brittle. So what I ended up doing today was I got a couple of cans of black Plastidip, and I sprayed the whole thing down. I think I gave it 3 or 4 coats, and at least it looks new now. It's amazing. It really does look new. So tomorrow I think I'll do a little more patching on the back of this to give it a bit more strength, and then it'll go into the trunk where it's going to live permanently. And that's basically all these little jobs just kind of took up all day. So this is Mercedes Diesel Guy. Thanks for watching.